When car tester Matas Cura thinks about Italy, he thinks about pasta, pizza, beautiful beach holidays, and sightseeing. And of course, Italian cars. On one hand, there are cars for the masses, but there are also luxury cars. The Maserati brand has been around for 100 years, and the Maserati Quattroporte debuted in 1963. But his alter ego thinks Quattroporte is the most unimaginative name you could come up with. Yes, it means four doors. Imagine calling the VW Golf four-door. It's been the name of the car since 1963. And anyway, we're interested in the current generation of the Maserati Quattroporte. Stop. Should we just talk about La Dolce Vita and how great the car looks?
La Dolce Vita und das Auto und wie toll das aussieht reden.
Matas relents. Time for a ride.
Okay, du fährst.
The Quattroporte is one of 5 models from the Italian manufacturer. It's available in 2 versions, Gran Lusso and Gran Sport, and with 2 engines, a gas or a diesel. Our car testers sit in the elegant Gran Lusso version with a gasoline engine, which is not produced by Maserati itself, but by Ferrari and Maranello. So, how do you like the car? Oh, it's nicely done, with the chrome accents and the instrumentation and the wood. But there's got to be something you don't like. Why do I? Because it's your job, and you always do. Matas relents. He's not won over by the placement of the paddle shifters and the other buttons and knobs, front and back and all over. They're too compact and too close together. He doesn't like this arrangement. Except for this drawback, the car cuts a fine figure from the driver's seat. The materials are high quality and go well together. The instrument cluster with its chrome trim looks good too. In the middle, there is a large screen. Still, the infotainment display could be more up to date. The combination of reddish-brown leather and gray fabric is unusual, but stylish, and just a matter of taste. In terms of engine sound, the V6 twin-turbo doesn't come close to its predecessor with its V8 naturally aspirated engine, but luxury cars aren't immune to downsizing. It has plenty of power, though. Handling is extremely light for a car weighing almost 2 tons. But tell me, how are you feeling back there? Do you have enough room? The room back here is also more than enough. When I think about how much distance there is to the seat in front, and the passenger seat is not as far forward as your driver's seat because you're not exactly a giant. I think that's a decent amount of space. Then we still have this center armrest with cup holder. That doesn't sound so great, does it? Now that's being pretty picky, don't you think? But at this price? The gasoline engine model starts at 117,000 euros in Germany. A Maserati fan is unlikely to be bothered by little details. Now, if the passion isn't there, that's a problem. That isn't an issue in the Italian answer to the Mercedes S-Class. Still, some things really annoy our testers. I don't think it's a good idea here that if you use the door armrest, you always end up locking or unlocking the door. Maybe they should have put the lock switch somewhere other than where your hand is. Up front, it looks like a sports car with a narrow grille. The Maserati Trident conceals the radar technology. Another trademark, the side air vents. From the side, it's sporty and at the same time, very elegant. A short trunk lid underlines the agile look. Our car testers found quite a lot to complain about, but could the luxurious Italian finally win them over after all? I know, you still think Quattroporte is a stupid name, but after my ride in it, I have to say, I like it very much. Of course, it has a high price, but also high performance. How much does it have again? The V6 twin-turbo under the hood puts out 316 kilowatts. 316 kilowatts? That's 430 horsepower, right? That's an awful lot. But it's always easier to convince a driver that a car is greater than a passenger. So what do you think back there? It's hard for me to summarize. This bothers me. Now the window opens. Little annoyances in this car like this? No thanks. You're already paying 140,000 euros for this car, and even a bit more, even with all the equipment. So I don't know if I wouldn't rather buy a cheaper car and then take a trip around the world. How about a bad Maserati joke to wrap things up? All right, why don't Maserati drivers say hi to each other in the afternoon? Because they already saw each other at the repair shop in the morning.